You see, the boffin in question has been tinkering with radio-controlled cars, but not the sort you might find under your Christmas tree. Now, see that car over there? James, if you would, please.
Right.
That is, in fact, a life-size radio-controlled car.
Soz, mate.
Idiot.
The cars work using an arrangement of solenoids and levers, all held together with lashings of brain power from Dr. James Brighton and his eggheads from Cranfield University. Now, these boffins claim the cars have the same speed and handling performance as they would in person mode. So naturally, we had to test them out somewhere with plenty of space. Somewhere where it wouldn't matter if we had a few knocks.
Think of the floor of this quarry as a sitting room carpet. That cliff face, that's a giant skirting board.
Our plan was to set ourselves a couple of challenges to see just how good the cars were, or indeed how bad we were. James organised the first test.
Right, what I've devised here is a sort of auto test type thing. You start here in this bollard parking space, then you have to do a full circle around this priceless Ming Dynasty bird bath.
Nice.
There, and then you're into the slalom, which is like a slalom. You come to a complete stop.
OK.
Select reverse, come back out of the garage, drive over here.
Yes.
And then you reverse back to hitch up to the caravan.
OK.
And in the meantime, the bloke who was in the back...
Of the car?
Yeah.
That you're driving by remote control?
Yes. Down there.
Yes, James had decided that whichever one of us wasn't driving would have to be a passenger in the car that was being driven.
But there's a good reason, because you get out here and you go sprinting off down there. Well, I won't, obviously I'll walk. And there's a big plunger that you press, and that starts the demolition ball of death. Right, what happens when you press the plunger is this swings backwards and forwards.
Yes.
Okay, and the bloke who's driving the car has to get through without being hit by the ball of death.
Do you know what? I love your course, but I think you've missed a trick with that garage.
What, windows?
No, something else.
Hello, yes. We'd like to buy, well, everything, please.
Right, double jeopardy. Hit any of this lot and it's extra points off.
OK, but can I just point out that Charles Dickens' head is already broken off?
All right.
So there's no points for that.
How did my life bring me to this point, getting into this car, driven by him?
Right, Hammond, mate, I'll do my best to be gentle with you, but obviously I've got to make some effort to go quickly because it's against the clock. Far too wild.
What was that?
No!
What's the thing?
That was completely wrong.
All in all,
You're supposed to miss them, mate!
James wasn't that good.
Sorry, mate.
You are utterly useless!
And obviously I would be so much better.
That's very weird.
Not very easy, this.
Sometimes between the bollards you're half-wet.
OK, James, I'm going to go for the garage now.
He's doing it good. Well done. Brake, man! Brake!
Sorry.
No! No!
Sorry. Got to get you over to the caravan, which will be the work of but a moment. That'll do. I think we'll get that hitched up.
Whilst the caravan was being hitched up, James took control of the plunger of death, which would release the ball of death.
OK, here I go.
For the first time in my life, I wanted the caravan to survive.
Plunger of death. Ball of death. Yes! Yes! We'd got our eye in with the auto test, but now it was time to see if these real-life radio-controlled cars were any good at speed. And to add a bit of jeopardy, we'd brought in some competition in the form of a 13-year-old girl. This is Christy Rosenberg, and she's the under-15s remote-controlled car racing champion.
Right, for this next task, we're going to try something a bit more straightforward, but I think it's going to be a lot faster. It's a race. Basically, it's a big oval, so along this straight here, curve at the bottom, and then it gets quite tight on the back straight, quite narrow there, round that other end and up to the start line again. We'll do 3 laps, but then at the end, there's a sort of grand finale. You'll note over there the ramp, and the other side of which is a caravan. I think you can see where this is going. You jump up the ramp, over the caravan, and let's say 10 points for whoever goes the furthest. Got it? Yeah. Right.
Now, just so as you know, Richard is driving the Vauxhall, Christy is driving the BMW, and I'm driving the lovely Ford Scorpio.
This is impossible!
After just 50 yards, James brought my race to an end.
Whoa! What have you done? You've destroyed my car! How come your car's just going round properly?
She said nothing. Partly because she's a teenager, but mostly because she was busy winning. Now, that might look like James in the lead, but in truth, Christy was coming up to lap him. Again.
I'm protecting now!
Christy had a brief scare.
Christy's going to crash into your car!
But was her face bothered? Nope. And then it was a clear run to the jump of death. Here she goes. Will she clear the caravan? No. Never mind. Maybe James will clear... No.
Yeah, well done. I have to say, though, wait a minute.
No, look. You two were rubbish.
Yes, well,
And
yes, we
now
were.
I'm afraid I'm going to relieve myself all over your bonfire because I've brought along a radio control car that has a rather special party piece.
Really? Can I play the piano?
A bit better than that, James. Okay, can we dim the lights? Can we just get the lights down? Okay, it's over there. If you look, it is a Vauxhall Astra VXR. Here it comes. Moving towards us now. And if you just watch carefully, you'll note that it has now taken off. It is flying.
It's floating.
No, it's not floating, James. It's flying. And there are no wires either. Before you say that, it has no wires suspending it. There is a man controlling that with a radio control thing.
Amazing!
I mean, have you ever seen anything like this in your whole life? That is a ton of Vauxhall flying round the studio over people's heads. I will explain to you how it works, okay? It's basically, it weighs 10 pounds, which is about the same as my Sunday joint, and it's full of helium and it's got 3 little fans on it that make it steer and move about.
That is incredible. Is it expensive?
Yes. It costs £5. It is 60,000 quid.
Really?
60,000 quid and worth every penny. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
a flying
amazing.
Vauxhall.
I will concede you have the best radio-controlled car.